Welcome, everyone, to a very special March Madness chat. I'm Andy Katz, pleased to be joined by Sister Jean from Loyola Chicago, 101 years old. So it's been a couple of years since we had this chat.
That's right.
Loyola made the run in 2018. First, how are you feeling, Sister Jean?
Oh, I'm feeling fine, especially since I know I'm going to Indy.
Talk me through the decision process in that about when you decided that it was the right move to go to Indianapolis to see Loyola.
Well, I decided this a long time ago. Ever since we've been playing, the guys and I have talked about getting to the big dance floor again, and especially because Krutwig and Williamson and Uha Ahar were freshmen and played on the team. And besides that, Krutwig is such an outstanding character and such a wonderful player. And now he's received that 13 American award. He's so much fun and he's a good player. He's a great scholar. And he takes care of everybody on the team. And you can tell when he's playing that he's giving directions, either with his body or by his hand motion or whatever he does. He's taking care of the team.
So I'm going to assume, I think I did read this, but I want to assume that obviously you have been vaccinated. When were you vaccinated?
Oh, I was vaccinated sometime in January. And besides that, I've had 30 COVID tests, had just one the other day again. So I have all those credentials ready to show anybody who wants to know if I'm a carrier or whatever. I'm fine. And so I'm going to have a great time while I'm there. But the team and I have talked about the big dance, and oftentimes when they've played a game, I've said, the champs didn't play like that. You have to play like a champ all the time. You have to pretend you're on the dance floor and you want to win the game. You have to keep cool and don't let anybody ever get under your skin. So you can do anything if you just keep calm and keep working. As we got closer to the time, I did talk to the people at the Clara first, where I am for rehab for my leg. And they said that it was fine for me even to go to Arch Madness and March Madness. So I was greatly elated. And then I got word from Loyola saying, well, no, we don't know that everything is safe and secure and all that. And it's too close to the time. And so I started right away with the Clara again. And all of a sudden, everything was kind of silent. And so I said, well, where are we in this process? And then they said, well, we're going to have a meeting. So we had this big high-level meeting. When we began the meeting, I said, I want you to know I'm like the old woman in the gospel story who went to the judge and kept bothering him all the time. And finally, the judge said, let the lady do what she wants. So then I got word, actually solid word, on this past Monday. And so I've just been ecstatic ever since. And I have certain regulations. I can't run down on the court. And I said, I'm not going to run down on the court. I'm not going to cause any disturbance. I know I can't be with the team if their mothers and fathers can't be there. Neither can I. But I hope to see them. I'll be sitting in a place where I can see them. So Hinkle, everything is cleared for me. We heard from our liaison we're going to have down there. We have security people. Everybody's happy we're coming, and so am I.
So, Sister Jean, obviously this has been a year like no other. How have you been able to offer your counsel, your mentoring, without being able to do it face to face?
We've Zoomed with the team, but also I've communicated more with emails this year than anything else. So before every game, they received an email from me. After, and then I said a prayer with them before the game. London DeCubo, the operations manager, connects me with phone before they go out for their last warm up. And so we say a prayer then. And at that time, I also give them my scouting report and Porter doesn't mind that I do that because we happen to be on the same page all the time, even though we don't talk about it. I wanted to tell the fellow from the Yellow Jackets that when I talk with him, to tell him that I'm going to scout his team, but I'm not going to tell him the numbers. But I didn't tell him.
So your
But-
analysis here, a lot of it's to compare 2018 Loyola Chicago
Mhm.
and 2021. You could make an argument that this team might be a little better. I mean, that team obviously went on a great run, a lot of last second shots to get there. How would you compare the 2018 Ramblers versus the 2021 Ramblers?
Well, I have to say, when there's that 4-year difference, there are different players naturally, except these fellows who were there when they were freshmen. Porter had less time to work with the 2018 team. And I think that this team has taken on his culture more than the other team. They bought into Porter. It was like magic. They bought into him right away. I have to say, they're very similar in certain ways, and that they actually do have teamwork the same way, sharing the ball. Neither of those teams cared about who put the ball into the basket, just so long as it got there. There are certain characters about each team that makes the team different from any other team. And when people say to me too, "Oh, which team do you like the best this year?" I said, "Oh, I don't think about the best that way. Every one of them is the best to me, and I have different memories about each one." So I think in this way, this team is very strong. And I think it's strong because these young men who had experience on the dance floor before have had a passion to get there again. And they were determined they were going to get everybody else to go with them. And that's what they've done.
Sister Jean, what would be your advice on the mental health aspect that all college students on Loyola's campus or across the country, and especially these student athletes, this has been incredibly stressful, for everyone, but especially those that are college age. What's been your advice to navigate this?
I think keeping in touch with them was very important. And that doesn't mean I'm the only one who kept in touch with them. I know that athletics did a great job. We offered such wellness from our wellness center. They know that they can go there anytime, that they can talk to anybody in wellness. If I had a chance, and I'm not asking to do it, to look up the data on did the athletes do better or did the general student body do better, I would say the athletes did better because the athletes are the most disciplined people on campus. I think perhaps the athletes are doing quite well. And if they've had any, problems, they've talked about them. And that's what we need to tell them to do. They need to talk about the problems that they have and how to get help. You might as well, if there's help available, get it. And if anybody has help, Loyola has it all over the place. And so they know they have that.
Well, I appreciate those words. All right, last two things very quickly. One, do you have a new bobblehead that they have now that they've produced again?
Did you see it yet?
I did.
They let me see the first one and asked for my comments. And I don't know whether they shared the comments with you at all. But for the first one, I said, "Where's the basketball? That's what this is all about." They made my bobblehead without a basketball. And I thought we should get a 20% discount for that. And then I said, my eyebrows are dark and they're not gray. That's a little bit that makes my glasses look different.
All right, last thing, Sister Jean, who's your pick to win it all?
I have Gonzaga.
Okay.
I was just telling somebody that. I know they haven't lost a game. I was hoping they'd lose one because you have to know how to lose as well as to win. They've been up this road 3 times now already. This will be the 3rd time, and I hope they get it.
All right, so Gonzaga has your blessing. That's something big here. how about how far Loyola gets?
How, well, I don't want you to laugh. I put them to the Elite Eight.
Okay. That means,
How do you like
by the way, that means they're getting by Illinois.
I know that. I know that. And and I know if anybody looks at that, but that's to encourage my young men. The last time I put them to the Sweet 16. And then when they got that far, I remember Clayton Custer came off the court and hugged me with his sweaty body and said, Sister Jean, we broke your bracket. I said, keep breaking it.
Who is beating Loyola in the Elite Eight?
Oh, I don't see who that is. I didn't, let's see who I left out of there. Well, I kept them in the Elite Eight. Oh, and then for the Final Four, I just have Gonzaga, BYU, Baylor, and West Virginia.
Okay, so West Virginia beats Loyola in the Elite Eight. All right.
And West Virginia is a number 3.
Yes.
But that I don't go by those numbers.
I know. All right, so Loyola's got your blessing to go to the 8. Gonzaga has your blessing to win the national championship.
So of course, if Loyola wants to go all the way to the top, that's fine
You can
too.
break your bracket any day of the week.
You can break my bracket anytime.
Look, this is a pleasure to talk to you again. Let's not go 4 years again. So hopefully,
That's good. I'm gonna tell the team you said that.
Yeah.
We want to do it next year again.
Sure, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Please be well. Travel safely to Indianapolis.
Thank you so much, Andy. Always a pleasure to you because you're so vibrant and happy.